Look at Amazon. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, John? What's going on, Cody? What's going on, Burks? Amazon, Marvin, what's up? Amazon had that big pop, right? So it had the big pop, but it stopped at the 5 minute linear regression almost perfectly to a T. The pivot that I'm looking for from yesterday is at 143.60. There might be a little bit of an early entry here though over 142.80. Again, I mean, looks like market's kind of reacting okay to the CPI numbers, right? So we're kind of coming into the high wick from yesterday. Coming into that high wick from yesterday. Damn. Yeah, what's up, dude? Did anyone by a chance, just by a chance, did anyone take Amazon through pre-market highs? If you did, this guy. Um, did anyone by a chance take Amazon through pre-market highs? If you did, this is your profit taking zone. If you did. For everyone else, we're still waiting. So for everyone else, we're still gonna wait. Everyone else, we're still gonna wait. Unless you want to take an early entry, we've got an early entry through 142.81. What's up, Sam? An early entry through 142.80s. Maybe we're looking for like that 80 cents into 143.60s. It's just we're right at 5 minute resistance. So that's going to make it a little tricky, right? This is yesterday's high also. Let's see here. Let's see. NQ guys. Anyone by chance, get in at 620? Probably not, right? I mean, market wasn't open yet. We're probably waiting. But we had the 20 play set up here at 620 in the morning. Again, you guys as well are coming into resistance at 15,570s. So if by a chance you're long, right? If by a chance you're long, this is where you want to start taking first initial profits. Yeah. I mean, I figured that. So, this setup happened before market really opened, these are kind of tough ones to take, but it is what it is, right? We're not gonna catch everything. Um, yeah, I mean the way that it's looking right now might need to wait until 7 o'clock my time, right? Might need to wait till 7 o'clock my time to kind of see, let the market digest. Let's see, are we going to confirm? Is the little bit of a pop off these CPI numbers? Is it going to hold, right? Is it going to hold? Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a 20 play. When we're over under the 20 SMA, either side, any instrument, any asset. Tesla, the same thing, right? Same thing. So I still have these stupid these stupid lines from yesterday on the screen. But if you kind of notice, you know, that 272.80s was the level from yesterday. That was pre-market level that I took yesterday into 274. Exact same fucking setup. I mean, if you like almost to a T, right? So, and then we put in the highs at 278. So what I'm looking for here, you know, if Tesla can start to take out 274.83s, there might be a little bit of an opportunity there to get long, right? ES had a 20 play as well, right at the open or a little bit before. Whoops. Yeah, 620. So this the same thing kind of like the NQ happened a little bit before the pre-market. I mean, if you did take it, your profit taking zone was into the first supply zone here, which you can see, you know, was at 47.26, 47, 45.26, 45.27. You know, this play is over. 45.15 to 45.25, that play's over. You need a new setup now on the ES. You need a new setup on the ES. So at this point in time, right, at this point in time, with what do we got, 15 minutes before this first hour candle closes, I need to see confirmation. I need to see confirmation either side. The last thing that I'm going to do personally is jump on something for the sake of jumping on something, because I see everything pop and then get my ass smashed, right? Like, I'm not about to get slapped and get trapped just because of the fact that everything popped, right? So one thing, if I can pass that along to anyone, if I can pass this along to anyone, just because the market's moving doesn't mean that you need to be trading it. Doesn't mean that everything is necessarily perfect, right? Again, you know, did you have a couple of plays that you could have gotten long? Yes. If you missed them, should you be chasing now? No. So once we get that established, once we get that clear, I think everyone, you know, will be pretty good. Aaron, are you in here? Where are you at? Aaron, you're in here? I'm reading Discord right now. So you took Tesla. Did you take Tesla, buddy? Did you take Tesla through pre-market highs? You took Tesla through pre-market highs, 271.20s maybe? Perfect. That's a beautiful trade. That's a beautiful trade. What 271, right? You took it through 271. Where'd you Tesla 272.50 at 632. So through the pre-market highs, 272.50, and currently trading at 274. Perfect. Yeah, good trade. That's what it's about right there. So you took a little coin off that move, right? Yeah, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I mean, that's a great trade. You're in at 4.5, or in at 4.8. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. So what'd you lose? You lost, you know, well, you lost $90, right? But I mean, you could have made an additional $90. But again, let's say, for example, you didn't sell it. That thing's back, it's back down, right? It's back down. So, you know, I mean, you got in at 4.8, you exited at 5.3. That's a hell of a trade. You made $50. You made $50 a contract. You can't complain on $50 a contract, right? I'm not saying that you're complaining, but what I'm saying is that, dude, like, I'll get into trades and sometimes I'm looking for $20. I'm looking for $30 a contract. And sometimes, you know, it's the sizing that makes it look good, right? I might be holding 10 contracts. So $300, $400 is great. I mean, that's good money. We're talking about the market's been open for 12, 13 minutes here, or whatever it is, right? 17 minutes. So, I mean, you made $50 a contract, you know, even if you played one contract, that's fine. That's what you want to build on. What you want to build on is identifying the move and executing on that move. That's what you want to build on. That's what you want to build on. Yeah, don't worry about the dollar amount. That goes to anyone out there. Don't worry about the dollar amount at first. At first, what you want to work on is, did you execute? Did you have a plan? And did you actually see the play set up? And to be quite honest, did you have the balls to take it, right? Did you have the balls to take it? Because if you do that and you start doing that over and over and over, it becomes a lot easier. It becomes a lot easier. And then what you start to do is you start to add more contracts. You add more contracts. So now that $50 contract move times 10 is $500 in 15 minutes. Goodbye, Aaron. You're out of here, right? Like, you're done. You're moving on with your day, and it's been 15 minutes. Amazon holding linear regression. So let's see Amazon. What time frame? Talking about the 5. What do we got? I wish we took the Amazon through pre-market highs. Damn it. Yeah, we're still holding this linear regression. So did anyone by a chance take the 142.70s on Amazon? If you took the 142.70s on Amazon, here's your hard stop. Your hard stop's going to be a close probably below 142. Okay, 142. Why? It's the 5-minute 5 SMA. Okay, that would be about a 50% retracement, and if we close below that, then we're probably coming back down to 140, 140s. Other than that, you're just sitting along, right? You're sitting along, you're targeting 143.5, and then after 143.5, you'd be targeting 144.40s. Guys, I'm also going to be looking at AMD at the top of the hour as well. I'll be looking at AMD to confirm the highs at the top of the hour. Guys, Andre's got eyes on Tesla to confirm as well. Okay, Aaron. So here is where the big chart comes into play, because the big chart, right? So the big chart, the problem with when we're trading, right? When we're trading, okay. So when we're trading, when we're creating our own supply and demand zones, maybe we miss something. If we're just using like a 20 or a simple, 200 or a VWAP even, the thing is that we don't really know where they're going to stop. So yeah, we might have a perfect entry, but we have no idea where they're going to stop. But guess what? If you had the big chart up, if you were looking at the 1 hour on the Tesla, you would see that the linear regression was sitting at 274. So that would have given you confidence to hold close to into 274. You see that? It's also the Bollinger Band up here. That's the only reason why I use this chart, guys. It's not because I like to look at all this crap on the screen, right? It's like I'm not doing this kind of shit for my health, but I want to know, like, when we clear out a certain level of supply, what's the next level of supply? I mean, I'm trying to protect myself. Remember, it's just like kindergarten, right? You're painting in between the lines, So anyone who did get long on Tesla and they had no idea, right? And they didn't sell because they thought, hey, this is going back up to 278. Well, they're getting smashed right now. They're getting smashed. That's not going to be us. We're not going to get smashed. Even if you don't have the big chart set up, all you guys got to do is throw it out. Me, Andre, Biggs, we all got the big chart on our screens. We run it pretty well. You guys could always throw it out there and we could give a quick look. Again, I don't want to overload everyone, making you guys add all this stuff. It can get confusing, but if you have a question, where's next supply? I mean, for example, this is what I'll say. All you would need to do is, hey, I'm sitting Tesla long. What's our next area of supply? That's it. Hey, I'm sitting Tesla short. What's our next area of demand? That's all you got to say. Someone will look at the chart and they'll be like, hey, you got supply at 274, 90s, 275, whatever. That's all you got to do. As long as we're around. We got is this Lion City again? I can't see shit. I don't know why. Man, does anybody know anything about this Discord? I mean, I'm an old dude over here. I don't know why they took the usernames and they abbreviated everything. Like, I can't see. Whoever L is took a nice little win on the video for 300. I think it's the same dude from yesterday, Lion City. I think he took NVIDIA for a win. Break and retest of pre-market highs. So if we look at his play here, right? If we look at his play here, if this is the pre-market highs here, we come up, break the pre-market highs, test this 200, we come back down at 635, and then boom, skyrocket. Beautiful trade. Lion City, yeah. Okay, yeah, I mean, he took something yesterday too. He's catching on as well. That's what it's all about, guys. As soon as you guys start catching on, you guys start, you know, because it's one thing to hear me talk my bullshit, right? You know, because I go off on these rants, I talk, you know, I'm scanning charts. It's one thing to listen to me. It's another thing to understand what I'm talking about in theory and be able to see and execute on your own. Two different things, right? If everyone out there was sitting there waiting for me to say, hey guys, this one looks good, we should be buying this, or I'm buying this, or whatever, right? If everyone's waiting for that, I'll guarantee you're going to lose trades. You're going to lose trades because of the fact that you don't know what I'm looking at. You don't really understand it fully. You know that I'm getting into a trade or looking at a specific trade, but you don't know where I have intentions of selling. You don't understand the chart. You don't want whatever, right? So listen to me, right? Listen to me, learn, but try to pick this up on your own. And when you're wrong, meaning lose a trade, then let's recap. Why did we potentially lose? Was it just that side of the probability where the market didn't want to cooperate with us, or was it due to the fact that, you know, we didn't have a specific level on our chart? On NQ, Sam, we've been talking about. Oh yeah, that's probably a beautiful one. We've been talking about those for quite a while now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, you've seen it. It's right here. So, you know, that 645, you know, boom, you put in that green, and then you come down, right? You come down, boom. Beautiful. How many points did you take that for? Here's also another reason why I told everyone, you know, I got no intentions of going long, right? I need to wait for the first hour candle, because anyone who got excited about the pop, anyone who got excited about the pop, we're into supply now, Sam. So basically we broke out from the original 20 play, we came right back down. So this is a good profit taking zone. For anyone who got excited because, you know, oh hey, like what I'm saying is this: people who focus on the news, everyone who's so concerned about CPI, they got so fucking happy that the market went up today, right off the bell. Guess what happened? Everyone funneled into calls, and they're getting smoked right now. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Don't know your levels, play the charts. Don't know your levels, play the charts. I don't know how many times I got to say that. There's no rush, you know, there's no rush. If this market's truly going to go up, we're going to catch something after 7 o'clock. If it's going to go down, well, we're for sure going to catch it through the pre-market lows. We're never late. We're never late. It only takes one trade. I tell myself that every day. I'm sitting here 8 years later. One trade is all it takes. That's it. So that NQ, it popped, came right into that supply, just shy, you know, a few points here, about 5 points, reversed. Sam took the beautiful play to the downside, came right back into the original breakout spot. So that's an area of taking profits. And now we're bouncing again. If we really want to short the NQ again, it needs to lose 15,488. If we really want to short the NQ, it needs to lose 15,488. Then that's when we're going to have space all the way down to 447, 450s. So I'm also be watching Tesla over 275. I'll be watching Tesla over 275. Be watching NVIDIA over, what is this? 455.50s. Be watching NVIDIA over 455.50s. Be watching Amazon 143s. Only thing I don't like about Amazon, it's coming into yesterday's highs at 143.60. That only has about 30 cents of room. The AMD, shit, man. Did anyone take the AMD? Shit. Now I gotta wait on AMD. Now I gotta wait. That's the only thing I don't like. I'll be completely honest. The only thing I don't like about doing these live streams, guys, is I fucking miss a lot of things because I'm going back and forth. But I'll catch something. We're looking at AMD over 107.26. That's going to be the first hour highs. 107.28, somewhere in there. That's first hour's highs. That'll be cleaning up all supply. We'll have room to 109 there if the market really wants to push. We'll see right now how much the market really liked CPI. We'll see right now. Got a couple minutes here. Stay patient. At Microsoft, Andre's watching, right? Microsoft. Is it 335s? Hell of a trade, Sam. 260, take it. That's beautiful. 30 minutes down in the market, you already have 250 bucks. Most people can't make $250 all fucking day. And that's not even in the stock market. You go to a regular 9 to 5, where are you making 250 at, right? You got to work what? Maybe 5 hours, maybe 8 hours, maybe a 12-hour shift. I don't know. Depends on where you live, right? Everyone has a different wage, right? Now I know there's going to be some people out there. Well, I do this, and I make $50 an hour. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm saying the average person in America is not making $250 in 30 fucking minutes. That's what I'm saying. When you start to look at it like that, in reality, right? And you start to look at it like that from a realistic standpoint, it really makes things click, because you're like, holy shit, holy shit. Even if I'm making $50 an hour, $75 an hour, right? I don't care. You got some special skill set. You went to school for 9 years, making $100 an hour. That's still 2.5 hours worth of work in 30 minutes, right? In 30 minutes. God forbid the people that are making minimum wage, it's going to take them 8 hours. It's going to take them 2 days, maybe a day and a half. So once you start to put the money that you can pull out of this market into real life, like into real life reality, it really starts to click. It really starts to allow you to take profits at $200. It allows car payment in 30 minutes. Look at Tim. You see what I'm saying? Car insurance gone, right? Cell phone bill taken care of, right? Want to take the missus out to a dinner? Don't worry about it, baby. I got you. You know what I'm saying? So, start putting this kind of stuff into real life situations, and it really does make sense. Electricity bill done, right? Taking care of business, right? Stress free. 30 minutes down in the market. Good trade, Sam. Be watching Tesla. Be watching this Amazon. Be watching AMD. Where's our man, Dr. Thunder, at? Thundercat. That setup set up a little bit before the pre-market. I doubt he took that. Unless he was up before pre-market. Yeah, look at Meta. Huh. Aaron, 6:45 a.m. my candle was the reversal candle on Meta. Just kind of take a mental snapshot of it, because not every reversal candle will be red. Also, when we're long, it might be green, but that was your reversal candlestick. You can even make a case in point that 640 my time was your reversal candlestick. I just want you to take a mental snapshot of that. Take a mental snapshot of those two candles, so for when you see them next time. I wouldn't short Meta here, because if you look at, let me pull my fucking drawing tool out. If you look at, here was our 20 play, boom, that's our run up. We want to take profits into the area of resistance. Again, you know, it didn't really shoot up that much. It went from entry price of around 304 to 306. Actually, it did $2. We would have been out, because on Meta we're going to look for $1, we're going to look for $1.25, and we're going to get out. And then you would kind of sit on the reversal here. You would mark out the highs, right? You would mark out the highs as your stop, either this high or this high. And then when we get the breakdown here is when you want to take it short, and probably back to your original breakout spot, right? So Meta, you know, put in the breakout on the 20 play. Now it's pulled all the way back. So I don't really see the short position here. I don't really see the short position here on Meta. It's because it's in an active move already. It's in an active move. So we don't really want to chase Meta. Yeah, we're closing below the 20, but we have support here, 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 and here. Give Meta a little bit more time. I'd like to see it lose 301.50s. Like this would, even though this play might work, I would probably ignore the 20 play. That's another thing with the 20 plays, guys. We don't want to take every single one of them. You know, as I say that, you know, Meta will probably be trading at $2.99 today, but it's just how I do it. Yeah, market like CPI my ass, huh? So we've basically given away the pop. We've given away the pop from the open. We've given away the pop from the open. What do we got? Yeah, NQ is good. NQ is good. Should be in the NQ. Again, be careful though, right? Because I mean, you know, that 15, whatever that was, at 15 through the 20 SMA, through the 200, you had the 50 here at around 489s, Just be careful. Like, that doesn't mean go chase it, but like I'm just saying, yes, it's in an active 20 play. It's in an active 20 play. Maybe we're coming up to like 475, 476, maybe. Anything below 476 might start trucking its way down to the 50s if this market's going to continue to pull. If someone is in on the 20 play confirmation, you're in somewhere in the 90s, maybe you're up 10 points, maybe this is your profit taking zone, right? So it depends on how fast someone reacted to the move. Yep, there it goes. There it goes. Amazon's reversing back down through the 10 SMA, has room to 140, 140s. See this, guys, how Amazon put in this high here, got rejected at the linear, took this level out, came down to the 10, rejected that. Our next demand on Amazon's 140, 140s, if anyone was on Amazon. Tesla's losing its 20 SMA, coming back down to the original breakout spot. I think it has a little bit more work to do before I want to start looking my chop short on it. Same thing with NVIDIA. It's got a little bit more room before I want to start looking my chops on that. What's Apple doing, guys? Apple's been getting smoked. Everything went up off the open. Apple didn't do shit. They've been smoking Apple. What they released yesterday? Didn't they have something going on for their Apple phone 15 or something? It was a bust, I heard. Apple through yesterday's lows, right? Apple through yesterday's lows. Does it have room on a daily chart? Apple through yesterday's lows does have room on a daily chart to 173s, guys. Apple's testing and confirming yesterday's lows. If it starts to give this up, if it really starts to give this bottom channel up here, 174.60s, we might be looking at like 173.30s, 173.40s on Apple. Who was in that short? Who was looking at Apple short yesterday? Who was looking at Apple short yesterday? Remember, we talked about it. It was bouncing. And then I said something about it might be an overnight swing. You're going to get that extra dollar, right? Might be an overnight swing. You can get that extra dollar. Yeah, Aaron, remember that? What was the price at? Do you remember what was that price when we were looking at it? Was it pretty close to this, or? Yeah, I remember you cut it, but I knew that looking at that daily chart, if I forgot which level it was, if we lost something, I was saying, you know, it had potential for an overnight swing because we could pick up a little bit more. I just don't know if it was. I want to say it was somewhere in this area, 176s maybe 17. Because again, even though the 5-minute chart was bouncing, the 1 hour and the daily looked shot. So that was a play. And again, you know, Apple's such a slow mover. That was a play where could have held it. Oh, 178. Holy shit. Is anyone in on the NQ short? So it was $100. It moved $100 in contracts from yesterday, huh? Yeah. So if you're short, Sam, we did lose the 5-minute support system here, but again, just be careful. Just be careful. Okay. You're already green on the day, so anything you can add to that, be content with that, is what I'm saying. No reason to try to hit a home run here. Once you go green on the day, guys, it's all about stacking wins. So we just put in a new low here, and it's kind of getting sucked up. If I look to the left, what I'm going back to is the 550 candle. 550 candle low is where we're at. So we need to give up. We need to give up 471s. You got your profits, Sam? Sam, you get your profits on that? Hell yeah, man. Because that thing, as soon as you type that, I seen it wick back up. Hell yeah. I mean, who knows? It might come down. It might come down to the 50s, right? It might come down to the 50s. But again, you know, we can't complain as traders, right? I mean, let's think about what we're doing here. You know, we're watching, you know, this 1980s video game on the screen, and we're clicking buttons, right? Like, we can't complain. What are we gonna do? Hell yeah. So what are you up? What are you up now? What are you up now, dude? Hell of a day. 475. It's only been 45 minutes, man. Yeah, at this point, if I was you, I'm done, or I'm sizing way down. I'm sizing way down. I know you don't play are you playing minis or micros? If anyways, whatever you're playing, you know, if you're playing minis, I'd play a micro, 2 micros max. If you're already playing micros, I'd just take 1 or 2. If you got that itch where you do want to trade, if not, I'd be done. 475, dude. $500 a day keeps the day job away. That's what I tell anyone. It's $500, you know. Can you make 1,000? Maybe, but I'd be pretty content with that. Who was in on that ES short? Who was in on the ES short? Who was that? Marv, you're targeting 405. Targeting 405, Marv. Again, you're 407 now, 408. I'd consider taking some profits if we can break the 408.20s. If we can break the 408.20s, Marv, I would think about taking the 407. I think about taking some profits here. And the only reason why, if I'm looking at this, we have this consolidation here. We have this higher low here. Now we're right back at it. So technically, you know, it might be 407. Might be a good time to take some profits. 407. It just, I don't want to see you get snapped back. I don't want to see you get snapped back. $406. I mean, not Sam. Marv, you're close enough, buddy. You're gonna get the 405. You're 406. You're close enough. You're close enough. You're coming into an area. There's your 405. You're coming into an area of support here. There's your 405. Good job. Good trade. Good trade. Trade, Marv. $1,300 fucking dollars. We got one guy making $500. We got another guy making $1,300. Guys, the market's been open fucking 45 minutes, and we're into supply. You're gonna in demand. You're gonna see the little bit of a bounce here. Boom. Tell me that this shit doesn't work. You can't even make this type of crap up, guys. You can't even make this shit up. Technical analysis, not my strategy. This has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with the way I trade. Has nothing to do with anything. You want to know what it really comes down to? What I'm noticing? You want to know what it really comes down to? Is you guys trusting yourselves. It's all emotional, guys. It's all fucking emotional. It's all emotional. If you can manage those emotions when you get in a trade and it's going against you, to just sometimes sit back and tell yourself, should I really get out of this trade now, or do I want to get out because I'm looking at the P&L, right? As soon as you can get into a habit of trusting yourself to execute when you see the play, like for example, 20 play. Yes, we do have support. However, if we start to take out maybe halfway of that, the 5 and the 10, we get out, or a 1-bar stop system, I mean, it's a little bit of a risk, but, and then you just sit, and then you just sit, and then you just sit, and then you just sit. And then as you get close to that bottom demand zone, you can take your profits, right? Like, so it comes down to you guys, man. You guys are the ones clicking the buttons on the screen. At the end of the day, the more you start to see that, the more you guys will do great. And then you'll realize, you know, I'm not gonna win every trade, right? Like that, like when you self and talk to each other, when you start talking to yourselves, you know, tell yourself you're not, Cody, thanks. You're not going to damn, did anyone take the apple? You're not going to win every trade, right? You're not going to win every trade. But when you realize that, you'll be a lot better. Apple's breaking down. Is anyone in Apple? Apple's breaking down. Cody, when did you get in Apple? Tesla's breaking down. Tesla's breaking down, guys. It's in an active short. Tesla's in an active short. It's losing the first hour lows. It's in an active short. See, the thing is with Apple on a 1 hour, we got it hitting this Bollinger Band here. This Bollinger Band is going to catch it a little bit. Daily chart confirmed yesterday's lows. The daily chart has room to like 173.50s, 173.70s. It's just 1 hour has a little bit of supply, a little bit of demand here. 4 hour looks good, but again, that's a 4 hour chart. Yeah, so you're going to get a little bit of this bounce here on Apple. You're going to get the little bit of a bounce here probably on Apple. I can honestly see it going back into 174.70s, to be honest, if we don't continue. And we're getting a little bit of that reversal candlestick here on Tesla. So if anyone is short Tesla, 269.70s, it went down to 268.13. That was probably your scalp. You're going to get a little bit of a bounce here, guys. So be careful. You're going to get a little bit of a bounce here. Yeah, getting a little bit of a bounce here across the board. NVIDIA put in that low of 448, trading at 450 here. Whoops. Getting a little bit of a bounce here as well on that NQ, right? So be careful on the shorts, just manage them. Doesn't mean that we're going back up to the top. It just means that we're getting a little bit of a bounce. Why? Because we came into a support here on the NQ as a whole. As a whole, we came into a little bit of support here. So the NQ needs to lose like 450s, 448s. It needs to lose that area before we have more room down. So theoretically, what we would be looking at, whoops, big down move, right? Big down move. A little bit of a reversal candlestick. Do we kind of get into this area, chop around, and then lose it? This will be our next short position. If not, and I'm also whoops, take this crap off the screen. This reversal candlestick here on the video, guys, that 449.90s. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm in on that one. Again, these ones are hard to call out, guys, to the whole room. Like me and Aaron went over these, but these are hard to call out because they're very risky. And the last thing I would want someone to do is to take this when they don't fully understand these type of moves, these reversals, and then get fucking snagged, right? But so we're hitting first supply on the video 451. After 451, it has room to 451.60s. What is the NQ doing? Anyone take the reversal candlestick on the NQ? Anyone take that reversal candlestick on the NQ? This guy's a beast right now. You're on fire, dude. What are you at now? Beautiful job. 550, beautiful job. Cody, be careful on Apple. 175.10s is next resistance. 175.10s is next resistance. Now, again, it doesn't mean that the move is over, you know? But look, the last time we bounced into the 5. The last time we bounced into the linear regression. This time we're bouncing into the 10. If you're still in, Cody, I would probably give any close over the 10 SMA on a 5-minute time frame as my out. So bounce, reject, new low, bounce, reject, new low, bounce, reject, new low. I would give the 10 SMA. Anything over this 175 is probably going to be a dud. Short term wise. Because Apple came right into that Bollinger Band and it snapped right back. This is it for me, guys. I'm done. Reversal candlestick. Did anyone? Boom. 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 I'm out. I'm fucking out. I'm gonna hold a runner on that on the video, guys. Okay, beautiful. So you're not really gonna lose on that trade. Beautiful. Just a personal preference, yeah. Do you like the high volatility, and can you stomach the big moves? If you're playing a 5-minute time frame, on NQ, you might sometimes, to even see, it's like this, right? You got to pay an entrance fee to get in some places. Like when you're going to a concert, you got to buy a ticket. You're going into a nightclub, you got to pay the cover charge. So it's like this. To pay the entrance fee, to pay to play, right? To even be involved in the game, you might have to give up 15 to 25 points minimum on the NQ 5-minute to even see if the trade's going to work. That might be only 3 to 6 on the ES. That's the difference. ES is going to move a lot slower. You can probably manage your risk a little bit better on the ES. Or if you're a high flyer, then you like to play the the big mover, the NQ. Well, all I'm going to say is don't cry when you lose 25 points on the NQ. Okay? Because everyone loves to make 15 points, 10 points, 20 points on the NQ. Everyone loves that. That feels great. But it doesn't feel great when you lose 20, 25 points. And all I'm saying is that's the cover charge. That's the cover charge to enter into the NQ. Is around 15 to 25 points minimum. The guys who have been here, you guys know that as well. You guys know that. Either one is not going to get you funded any quicker. So it's not like I'm going to sit here and say if you trade the NQ, you're going to get funded a lot faster than if you trade the ES. That's bullshit, because they're both going to provide equal opportunities. You just might make more money per trade if you're sized the same on the NQ because it moves so much. That's it. That's the only difference. But don't let anyone fool you. The NQ is an absolute monster. Tesla had a beautiful reversal candlestick here. So now that these have passed, I want to show you, I want to kind of like outline again for everyone, right? So reversal candlestick, what am I talking about? Down, 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 stop, right? We stop, no more continuation to the downside. You get these type of looking candles, right? Your entry is when we take out, like when we take out the high. And even though it's against the trend, you're kind of just sitting in there, but you're using the low of day or whatever that low wick is as a stop. And then you're essentially taking profits here when other people are looking to barely start getting in. So again, like I'm saying, they don't work all the time. They're for a little bit more of like an aggressive trader. But if you catch enough of them, it gives you confidence to continue to play them. And you can really start to pad your books. Getting that close over the 20 here on Tesla, guys. Getting close over the 20 now. Tesla, it is on a dead cat bounce here. It's in an active reversal bounce. Again, if we can get some confirmation, maybe we got room up to 272.50s, 272.70s, maybe. That's our next supply zone, obviously. You know, you might run into a little bit of resistance here around 271.50s though, like when we came back down here, bounced, back down here, bounced, back down here, bounced. So right where we're at now is going to act as resistance. Why? Well, look at where this candle closed. Look at where these candles closed. If we kind of just, you know, draw a zone, right? This should act as resistance, no? So downwards leg, dead cat bounce, chop. If we break through, I would say 272, 273 is the potential. If we don't break through and we can't close over, I say we come back down. That's what the move would look like, right? So start taking mental snapshots. Start taking mental snapshots. See how the first attempt got rejected here? Right back down. Yeah, that was a break even on the runners on Apple. Break even on the runners on Apple. Because Apple now 175.70s, 176 is resistance. So even if Apple wants to go down, it would need to do something like this. It would need to do something like that. Or, right? Or gets rejected in this zone. And again, it's a zone, right? Because look at the chop that we had here prior. So this is a chop zone. And then it would have to lose this 5 minute before we have more room down. Guys, Amazon's approaching a high of day, that 143.20s. It's kind of hanging out up here. Again, did anyone else notice again here, reversal candlestick, green taking out red off the 20, boom. Your take profit is now on Amazon. I'm going to point these out every time I see them so it gets embedded into your guys' head, right? Down, 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 down. At support, reversal candlestick, right? Green taking out red, you get in. You use the low of day as a stop, and you sit. You just sit until you take profits or get stopped out. Q's getting rejected at all of this consolidation up here. Any options, guys, in the room? And you guys got eyes on anything? Options, guys? Long or short? I'm not looking at the chart. Reversal reversal invalidated, Sam, on the NQ. Reversal invalidated on Sam on the NQ. We look for the next setup now. Perfect. I'm just calling it out so that way we keep taking those mental snapshots. So even if we would have lost, I was looking at it, we only had about 10 points there. That would have been a very risky. We would have had to have known, like, hey, I'm gonna try to take 10 points as quick as possible because my stop loss was about like 22 points. But that's invalidated now. So now it's just in an active, like, now what are we in? It's just in an active 20 play. So if anyone was long on 20 play over 334, 447, I mean, you're up 10 points on it. Maybe it might be a good profit taking zone because it is starting to stall out at these previous highs. So we just need a new setup altogether. If one is not long, there is no short yet. So we're just looking for a new setup. And that's all it is. Just rinse, wash, and repeat. Look for the new setup. Wait for your setup. If it gets invalidated or confirms, you take it. If it gets invalidated, you look for the new one. You're long from 270. When 273 is a target, but you got long when? From 270? You got long when? Quit worrying about the fucking, you're over there celebrating. When did you get long? 270? 720? Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So 270 all the way up to 271 60s. How many cons you take? Yeah. How many contracts do you take? 5. You got 5 contracts. You're up $1.20 right now. I'd take half size off. I'd take half size off. 2 or 3 contracts, I'd take them off here in the 50s. Take half size off. I'd take half size off here on this push. Yep, there's your push. I take half size off. You might even be able to take them all off here. These contracts are going to jump right now. Contracts are going to jump. Contracts are going to jump. Take some fucking gains. Does everyone see that? Does everyone see that? Does everyone see why there was a play here on Tesla? Do we see that? I don't care if you're in it. Do we see it though? Like, that's the thing. Do we see it? Anyone take the NQ long? Shit, man. Look at that. 33s up to 60s. That's a 30-point move right into supply. Right into supply. So we've set a new high of day here, but we came right into supply. If you were in an active long, where would you be taking profits? Into supply. How many times do I have to say? How many times do I have to say it? Stocks are going to move from supply to supply, demand to demand. So if you get in on a play, you're looking to take profits into the next supply zone if you're long. There you go, Tim. Tim, you're not even in the room, right? Are you Tim? You're just coming from Discord, or your name different here on YouTube than it is on Discord? What's your name on Discord, Tim? Tim, did you just came in? Because I know there was one person that just came in. Did you just come in recently? Yeah, that a boy, Tim. Brand new to the Discord. Boom. That's what it's all about. Tim, when did you join? You didn't even say what's up to anybody when you came in, man. A couple of days ago, and you didn't say nothing? What's your name on Discord? It's not Tim. You Moonlight? Are you Moonlight? You're Moonlight. You're Moonlight, right, Tim? Oh, Tim78. Oh man, brother, you should have said something when you came in the room. Beautiful job, man. Beautiful job. Hell yeah. Beautiful job. You took the ES, huh? Look at that. There it is. You said you took the 20 play? Where are you at? Was a 20 play. Should have held a little bit longer. Yeah, but I mean, shit. So you got in somewhere, right? Because again, we don't get into the penny, but you got in somewhere around the 45.18s, right? Somewhere around 45.18s. Yeah, 45.18s. I see it there, and that's a good profit. That's a good profit taking zone, Tim. Because if like, right, because we're stupid, right? All of us are. So if we just like, hey, you know, if I get in here and I get this push up and we don't manage to get over all of this junk, well, guess who's going to be a sitting duck? Me, because we're going to pull right back down to break even a little bit below that. So that's a hell of a profit taking zone. I mean, identify where the previous level of supply is, right? Supply doesn't just have to be the linear. It doesn't just have to be the Bollinger Band. It doesn't have to be the 5. It doesn't have to be the 50. It can be previous price action as well, right? It's just a theory. It's a theory. It's a concept, right? So the concept is supply and demand, right? Very vague terms. All supply and demand is around certain pivot points, around certain levels, price reacts, right? Price reacts. So if I break that same kind of notion down, when the ES broke supply of the 20 SMA, that's a pivot point. We got our high, we had space to drive ourselves into the next pivot point or the next supply. So that's a hell of a take. That's a beautiful trade, Tim. Do that day in and day out. You're going to be around for a long time. You're going to be around for a long time. There it is. There you are, Tim. Now I see you in Discord. Only thing is, oh, yeah, beautiful trade. Only thing, guys, I see a lot of people post it, a lot of people talking about gains. Nothing in the daily gains and losses channel yet, guys. I'm not trying to post anything before anyone else, man. Come on. We got to show the love. We got to show the love. You don't know how to screenshot? Take a picture with your phone. I don't care. Andre, how you doing with those damn Teslas, man? Ah. Good job, Sam. Yeah, McGuire, make sure you got no active orders when you got to do anything, especially when we're trading futures. That's happened to me once or twice. I've had orders sitting like at specific levels, and it wasn't even close to that level, and I'm like, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna go get a cup of Joe or something. I take off, I come back, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, I'm in a damn trade. I'm in a damn trade. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it'll happen. But it's not like you did anything wrong or anything. Yeah, just make sure guys, that goes for everyone. Make sure when we step away, if we have any pending orders, we just double check. Sometimes I'm so paranoid, I'll triple check, especially on the future side, because it's so easy to like kind of put those orders in, start clicking around, and next thing you know, you got multiple orders sitting out there at different levels, and then whew, you're gone, and next thing you know, they trigger. Be all right. We'll get it back, McGuire. We'll get it back. Good job today, Sam. Who else is done on the day? An hour into the market. Who else is done? Sam's done for the day. Who else is out of here? Marvin's done at 1550. Look at this guy. Marv's done. Sam's done. McGuire, yeah, you'll bounce back. You'll bounce back. We just need a fresh setup. So actually, guys, at this point, guys, I'd start looking at hourly charts to kind of see, what's the potential now on the hourly. What's the potential on the hourlies? Because the later on in the day that it gets, you might get the 5-minute plays, but we can be in an active consolidation on like an hourly chart, or no real room to stretch on an hourly chart, and then it kind of just starts chopping around, what feels like chopping around on a 5-minute. So we're coming into a new hour candle. What I would look for, to be honest, on the NQ is over 574. And if we notice the chart here, why would I be looking at 574? That would be taking out the first 2 hours of the day and clearing out the 50 SMA supply. So over 574, 575, might have room to push into the 90s. That would be another play that we could potentially take, because as of right now, guys, the NQ is in an active 20 SMA play long, but you can see that it hit supply and it's pulling back down to its support. So realistically, I mean, we need to get over like the here and notice this, guys. So look at the hourly chart. 50 SMA is supply. Okay. Well, let's go to the 5-minute. What's our supply? 72, and then the Bollinger Band is 76. So notice how that supply zone on the hourly chart is almost the same with this here. We would need to break through, right? We would need to break this high, boom, put in a high, pull back, back test it, and then go. Now we're in a whole new leg up to the upside. Just understand that if we do take this breakout here, if we do take this breakout at some point in time, understand this is a quick scalp, because it's going to put in a high. It's going to put in 10 points. It might put in 8. It might put in 15, 20. We don't know. But once it puts in that new high, it's going to 100% pull back. Okay. So getting in on the break doesn't mean that, hey, we broke it, now we're just going straight up. That's not the way it works. That's not the way price action works. Price action is going to break it. So if you do take the first move, take the scalp, get your points, get your money, wait, let it pull back, let it consolidate, and then let it take out the new high. And then that's when we should have some more continued follow through. So there might be 2 trade setups here over the high of day. One will be a scalp, and the other one will be a continuation through the new high over the previous pivot point. So that's the way you can play it. Look at Marv, $1,500 today, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Marv's the first one on the books here with the profits posted up. I know we got Sam out there waiting on Sam. Aaron, are you still here? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Guys, I opened up the live stream to YouTube public now. Is anyone sitting in this room from just YouTube who's not in the Evolution Traders room? That's what it's all about, Mark. Mark, when I was coming up with like when I was started to first use these, that's all I would do. Back test every single chart, every single time frame. It didn't really matter. The 5 is what I felt comfortable on. I actually used to do this too as well, right? And I'm not saying anyone to do this, but I actually used to pull up the hourly charts in the beginning, and I used to look for hourly charts that were confirming the 20 SMA as well. And then the next hour, preferably the first hour of the day, I would look to take those confirmations. That way I didn't have to rush and take any of the brute in the first 30 minutes. But back testing, guys, is powerful, man. It's just powerful, right? So because it allows you to take the mental snapshots and allows you to kind of see, it allows you to kind of see, does it work? Like what would happen if I was in the trade? And then like when it doesn't work, you're kind of like, hey, well, I see this one didn't work, but there was 3 setups on the day here, and 2 of them worked and 1 of them didn't, but the one that didn't, was probably a small loss, and the other 2 would have made up for the loss, and I would have been profitable. And then it trains your eyes, right? Because this is all muscle memory. It's just muscle memory. It's like the same way right now where, we, like Andre got in on the reversal candlestick, green taking out red. It's just muscle memory at that point in time. Like when you see a down move, you see the reversal, it's in your head. Like if this wants to go back the other way, well, I've got a very low risk trade here because I'm in at the bottom, right? I'm not chasing a short, right? So it's like a lot of people, they see it break down, they want to start chasing the short, when realistically it's time to go the other way for a little bit, right? It's time to take a little bit of a pause, right? This move could come down, right? That move can go down, but we need a little bit of a break, right? I mean, we need a little bit of a water break, right? So like, that's how I look at them. And back testing definitely trains the eyes to kind of identify that. Yeah, the 1 minute chart's a pain in the ass. If anyone was going to trade anything smaller, the smallest I would go down to is a 2 minute. And even that can be a pain in the ass, but it kind of tightens up the risk a little bit. Like if you look at the NQ, right? Yeah, what I see no profits yet. I see no profits yet posted. Nothing. Only Marv is sitting here in the profits. If you look at the 2 minute, we had again, I'll speak in Pacific Standard Time. We had a setup that started at 7:02, confirmed at 7:04, that paid. We had a long setup at 7:24 that confirmed at 7:26, that paid. We had a setup at 6:56, it did confirm, got stopped out. So there's your stop loss here, closed below the 20. So far 2 winners, 1 loser on a 2 minute chart. And then the first trade of the day was at 6:21, but nobody caught that because no one was on there. Yeah, Cody, I'll take it, man. I'll take it, bro. Yeah, so far during market hours on the 2 minute chart on NQ, we've had 3 setups. 2 of them paid, 1 of them is a scratch. And if you look at it from a little bit before pre-market at 6:20, that would be 3 setups paid, 1 of them scratched. That's a 2 minute. The 5 minute, as of right now, just from again, if we use the same scenario, the 6:20 setup paid, but again, that's before market. And realistically, we've only had 2 setups on the NQ5, right? On NQ 5 minute, short paid, long paid. Now again, do they pay right away in the first minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes? No, sometimes they bounce against you. Like, sometimes you get in and then it bounces against you or drops against you. But if you're trusting the technicals and you're allowing the chart to just work out and you're assuming the risk once you get in the trade, then yes, 2 of them paid. If you took a short setup off of 20 this morning on NQ, you should have made money. If you took a long setup, you should have made money. Again, if you got stopped out, it's because your emotions played into it. So identify that, come in tomorrow, and don't let the emotions play into it. This long was the one that you would have gotten in at 1534s, 1530 or 534, 535, and it did come down to 521. This is what I'm talking about. If you're going to play the NQ, you have to understand that the cover charge on this might be 15 to 20 points before you can even see if it works. So if you're sized incorrectly, let's say someone's playing 5 mini contracts and they're down 20 points, that's going to hurt. That's mentally going to make you get out. But if you just would have held it, you would have been up $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, right? So the cover charge on the NQ is expensive. It's expensive. So if you're going to get into the NQ plays, make sure your position sizing is not so big to where you can't even allow it to play out, right? I mean, that's like, I hate to use this analogy, but that's like, I really hate to use this analogy. I'm probably not going to use that analogy. Never mind. I can kind of dumb down the analogy, right? So the NQ cover charge is like this. It's like going to a bar, right? It's like going to a bar, looking at a girl. She smiles at you, you smile at her. Maybe you guys have a little bit of a drink, this, that, and the other. You dance, you do this, whatever, right? And then you buy her another drink, and then maybe you take a shot. Maybe it's a lemon drop shot. I like lemon drop shots. I mean, I really do. The girls tend to love them as well. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make here is it's like going to a bar. It's like getting introduced or meeting a girl at the bar. You guys have a drink or two, and then you say, hey, you know what? Sorry, I got to go home for the day. I got to go home for the day. And you leave the bar. You leave. You don't even go home. You don't even see if she was interested in coming back home with you. You don't see if she was interested in maybe getting the number. You don't even do that, right? So that's the analogy that I'm making here with the NQ. Getting into the NQ and not giving it 15, 20 points is like going into the bar and not even knowing if she wants to go back home with you. That's the analogy that I'm using. And I'll try to keep it as PG as possible, but you know, how many times has that happened, right? You know, sometimes, and then sometimes you go and you buy a couple drinks, you have a conversation, and she has no interest in you at all, right? So it's then who's the sucker there, right? So that analogy would be like when you get into the trade and it goes down 15, 20 points, and the next thing you know, you lose, right? You lose because you're going to lose trades. How many times have we gone to the bar? You buy a girl a couple of drinks, you have a conversation. Next thing you know, she's out of there. She's dancing with someone else, and it is what it is, right? Well, you lost. I mean, you're not going to win them all, right? But you know, the odds are, you know, if the game, right, if the game is down packed and you got a decent, you know, I mean, everything else is decent, you know, you dressed right, you smell right. I mean, you know, you can talk, you can put together half of a sentence, you know, more than likely it's going to be your night. So it's the same thing with trading, right? Same thing with trading. Guys, we got the NQ coming up here to the high of day. NQ coming up here to the high of day. Rejected the second time here at the linear regression. It's almost coffee time, fellas. Who else is looking at something? What are we looking at here? What do we got? We got anything? Andre's still fucking babysitting Tesla. Probably spooning at this point in time. Not even watching the charts. That's another thing too, guys. Get focused here, huh? Money to be made out there. Get focused. So 272.87 break on Tesla would be the break to the high side. Has anyone checked on Biggs? Has he been getting any sleep over there? Is he home? I didn't read it, what he was saying this morning. We got anything else we're looking at out there, fellas? About time. Shit. You got NQ breaking the high side here, guys. It's trying again. Yeah, well. There's the break. There's the break of the high of day, guys. There's the break of the high of day. You got your Bollinger Band on the NQ at that 8.8. Remember what I was talking about. We're gonna break. We're gonna put in a high, and it's going to pull back, right? Like, so if anyone jumped that, make sure you guys know. There's that break. So the break came at, what was it? The 71, 72s, trading at the 83s. All right, Leo, take care, my man. Did anyone jump NQ? Did anyone jump NQ, guys? Remember the hourly chart we're talking about? Remember how we're talking about coming into the next area of supply? Did anyone take the NQ? You should be thinking about getting out. 74s, the 74, 75s, 74, 75s into the next area of supply. Andre's still crying about Microsoft. Microsoft coming up to the high of day here, 335.26, guys. We need a break on Microsoft over the 335.20s. 335.20s. Chart looks good on the hourly. Uh, Microsoft, we'll watch that. That might be worth a little bit of a gamble there. Might be worth a little bit of a trade there. We're trading at 335 20s. I'd be looking to go right in the money at 335 if we confirm. He's my cousin, Marv. We live down the street from each other. I see this freaking guy 2-3 times a week. We'll be in Vegas on Friday too this weekend for a bachelor party. Yeah, I know this guy. Yeah, that's why we'll bust each other's balls back and forth. I think he said because I taught him how to trade. I think he's just taking care of me in Vegas. I don't even think I got to take any money, to be honest. The way this guy's been fucking trading, right? So if he can pop his Microsoft, I think I'm taken care of. I'll probably just leave my wallet at home, bring my ID only, to be honest. Staying at the MGM. You'll be where? You coming out, Larry? Let's go. Yeah, I'm only taking my skinnies. That's all I really need. You know, I just need the skinnies. That's about it. No extra baggage. Yeah, great pool. Yeah, the hell of a pool actually. Yeah, I mean, I just, you know, just gonna take the bare essentials, right? I mean, I'm not taking anything, to be honest. Biggs, let's celebrate the baby. You know, your wife, she's got it. It's not her first rodeo. She's been there before. She'll be all right. Take a trip out, bud. A little quick 24-hour trip. Oh yeah, Cosmopolitan's great. Those balconies. I mean, you can't beat the balconies. You can't beat the balconies. Pool, or the not pool, the Bathrooms are nice. They got a nice big tub. Get a good soak in that tub. Yeah, you can definitely enjoy yourself right there. Yeah, yeah, where you can see the fountains. Yeah, I've stayed in those rooms before. Yeah. Hell of a room, you know. Everyone's walking on the strip trying to see the fountain, the fountain show. You're just right there, you know, in nothing but a robe just watching the show. Um yeah, I know. Biggs probably can't swing that. Biggs probably can't swing that. If this was Biggs back in the day, if this was old Biggs, man, like the guy who was on The Bachelor, you know, that Biggs. If it was Biggs in downtown Baltimore, maybe Biggs in Philly. If it was that Biggs, I'd say, you know, or maybe when Biggs was playing out here in LA, what was Biggs over there? You know, I think there's still pictures on Google with Biggs over there and Jessica Alba somewhere. Not anymore. This guy's still an animal. This guy's still an animal. We're gonna be trading with Biggs 5 years from now, and Biggs gonna be like, "Oh, baby girl number 9." This guy's an animal. I think it's time to make that appointment. No, Biggs? Gotta get the appointment. Get the snip snip. Still waiting on Amazon. I mean, still waiting on Microsoft. Yeah, snip snip. Nah, man, I'm good today. It was a late night, but it wasn't a late night of drinking. I'll just say that. It was I found other activities to get into. More relaxing activities. Bright idea to fly out at fucking 5 in the morning out of LAX. Bright idea on Friday. So someone's gonna have to hold down the room. Someone's gonna have to hold down the room on Friday, Biggs. It's gonna have to be you, man. I'll be we'll be on a plane at Market Open. Quick flight, Biggs. You know how it is. A little 15-minute baby plane ride. Spend more time driving to the airport than we will in a damn plane. Spend more time walking through TSA. Sleepy, man. What do you want me to do? What? Relaxed. I can't be relaxed. Oh, okay, shit. I gotta be on edge all the time. I gotta be on edge all the time. I'm tired of that. I told you that already. Tired of that. I'm awake, man. I'm awake. What do you want me to do? What? Nice and relaxed today. Nice and relaxed today. You know, it is what it is. Nice and relaxed. Oh, I got it going. I got it going, Larry. I got it going. Still watching Microsoft. Yeah, I got it going here. Nice and relaxed, you know. Loosened up. Got a nice massage. Good nice massage. Yeah, well, you know. What? You want me to start getting angry again? I start getting angry. I start going off. You know, people taking the wrong plays. We're not listening to the levels. We're not reading the charts. You know, I start getting tired of that. You know, one day I'm gonna have a heart attack on here. Supply to supply, demand to demand. Supply to supply, demand to demand. Let's not get weird. We don't need to do weird stuff, guys. We don't need to do weird stuff. So to all the new people in the room who are making money right now, This is it. Here I go. This is it. There is nothing more. It does not get any more exciting than this. If you're looking for a level of excitement out of this stupid business that we're doing, there's nothing more. This is it. Identify the level, take the trade. You win or you lose. That's it. Have enough money to continue to come back. Don't get blown out. That's it. Respect the charts. Breaks a level of supply. Should trade to the next level of supply. Look at Tesla or Microsoft, for example. Broke a first level of supply here at the 20. Where did it go? To the next level of supply. Where did it go? Next level of supply. Where did it go? Next level of supply. Where did it stop? Top level of supply. So what do we need to have happen now? It needs to break the supply. If it breaks the supply, well, then we're going long, right? And hopefully, you know, Andre is going to make some money on this. Buy high, sell low. You see what I'm saying, Tim? Buy high, sell low. Then there we go. So here we go again. So, you know, hopefully this makes money so I could leave my wallet at home and Andre take care of me. Yeah, man. I mean, here we go. Like, it's not hard. This is not rocket science, guys. Like, this is not rocket science, right? Like, we're not out here saving lives or anything. You know, we're really not. You know, if anything, this might be a little bit of the dark arts here, how we're making money, guys. I mean, sometimes it doesn't even feel right? It's like taking candy from a baby. The only thing is, I love taking candy from babies. Babies don't need candy anyways. Like, they don't need candy anyways. I mean, just give me that candy, right? Like, I'll take it all day long. You know, you ever go to a birthday party and at the end of the party, they're kind of giving out those bags of candies or treats or something to all the kids. I start taking them all. I take them all. For one, they don't need the candy. Two, it's too easy not to take it from them, right? So, you know, that's what this is. That's what this is. You know, that's what this is. Still waiting on Microsoft here. Yeah, well, Larry, all the kids, you know, I got to go through the bag, right? I got to go through the bag, Larry. I got to go through the bag. I got to see what's good, right? I got to see what's good. What do I like? I'm going to take a little one here, and let me see that bag, and take another one over here. You know, I'll give them back all of the stuff I don't like, right? Like, you start throwing boxes of runts in there, Biggs, yeah, the kids are going to be walking around with nothing but runts in the bag, you know? I'm not really a big fan of the runts. Start giving the good stuff out, right? Cupcake, forget about it. I'll eat a cupcake all day long. You know, whatever. I want the good stuff. You know, I want the good stuff. Bag of pretzels in the bag, little mini bag of pretzels in the bag. That's gonna stay in the bag, Biggs. I'll tell you that much right now. They can eat the pretzels. Watch Microsoft, guys. 335.26. 335.26. We're still watching that same level. That's why I'm tired. Andre puts me on a dead stock. That's because you know, it reminds me of when Biggs was trying to sell me, you know, Hall of Fame casinos and JagX medicine company to help dogs stop with diarrhea, like reading me the whole report on the company. You know, that's what it feels like right now. That's why I'm tired, guys. That's why I'm tired. I'm watching it, you know, watching. You know, let's go. Tesla coming back down. Honeywell. What's Honeywell doing? What's the ticker symbol? Hun? I know you did, Biggs. I know you did. Thing took off, huh? Look at that. You holding some of those cons? You are commons? You have next supply at 194.50s. 194.50s. This thing's up $3.75 today. When did you get in? 186s? Or did you get in 190s? When did you get in? $186. What are we doing here? You got in at 186. We're trading at 193. You're not taking any piece of the pie off the table. What are we doing here? 186. Biggs, we're at 193. You won. That's it. You won. You took 10,000 shares? Even the weekly chart over 189 looked superb into 192. Those two trades are done. 186 now is a home run. Even the weekly chart 189 to 192 is a home run. There you go. 6,000 shares. Jesus. Yeah, take some profits off. Sell half. Sell 3,000, Larry. Sell 3,000. We're going to be waiting a little bit longer on Microsoft. This might come down into like 333. So it got the initial pop off the bell here. You know, if I just analyze it, got the initial pop, put in the high, got stuffed at supply. Back tested, came up again, testing. So this area, this 335.26 is definitely going to be a level long that everyone's going to want to be, you know, try to partake into the long side. But if it does pull back, there's no harm, no foul. This will act as a strong level of support. And then when it pops through the 335.26, everyone who trades options, set an alert for the 335.20s on Microsoft. Might not be today, might not be this week. Whenever it is, you want to partake in that, because if you can get this Bollinger Band too, right? If this Bollinger Band can continue to come down and it gets below 335.26. When this thing breaks the 335s, that thing's going to skyrocket. Here we go. Give me the price that you're in at. Let's start there. Yeah, let me know what price are you in at. It's like Big's asking, what do we think about CVS? He's in at $65. Like, where are you in at, Biggs? Come on, man. You've been here long enough. It's time to take profits. You're in at 65. It's off the fucking floor. What are we doing here? It's our we already filled the gap, right? So if I just do a quick analysis, right, we filled this gap, basically, right? We filled the gap. And what'd you take? 6,000 shares of that? Yeah, 6,500 shares. So if you look at support, bounce, right? Gap, down, right? So we have a whole area here that's resistance. We filled the gap. It's profit taking zone. It's profit taking. Money. Check. This trade's done. This trade's done. Unless you're going to turn into an investor. If you're going to turn into a little bit of a swing trader, a little bit of a longer term investor here, then yeah, over 7150 has room to 75s. Okay, so yeah, if that's what you're thinking, but regardless, I would sell half size. I would sell half. So if you got 6,500, I'd sell like 30 of those, right? I'd sell 3,000, and then, or you'll rebuy it over this week's highs. Yeah, because this play won't even set up until next week, Biggs, because on the weekly chart here, you know, we need a new candle, right? So the new candle won't form till next week. So yeah, if we want to rebuy it, we rebuy it over 71.45. So you can tell the guys in the channel you got going on over there, you know, next week or whenever it happens, over 71.45 or whatever we finish at this week, whatever the high price is. Over this week's highs has room into 75.70s and 76.50s. Okay, so yes, profit taking zone for the short term. New trade setup happens over, but great looking weekly chart on CVS. Yes, yeah, you're right there on the profit taking zone on your on these plays you've been playing. So yeah, I definitely take the gains. Andre, where's Andre? He got real quiet. What did you do with the Tesla, man? What'd you do with the Tesla? You're in at 270. We're at 272. What are we doing here? You're going to be sleeping another 24 hours straight. Hey, Biggs. You still here, Biggs? You see you see I just got a like a little alert. New documents reveal that A-Rod exposed more players' names in PED investigation. This guy's still fucking tattletaling to this day, Biggs. He named other players as clients in the huge federal investigation into the Biogenesis drug dealing scheme. This guy still can't keep his mouth shut. What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with this guy? I feel like he's always been trying to just take the heat away from him. Arrogant son of a bitch. Like, what's the deal? Like, what are you getting at? What is he getting out of that? You know, what is he getting out of that, Biggs? They paying him a little bit, you think? Yeah, I'm surprised they even brought him back as an announcer. They paying him for this? I mean, what is it to him? Like, what is it to him? Like, you know, still dropping names. And they got in the picture in the background, they got Manny Ramirez, and they have what was that kid's name from the Brewers? What was the kid's name from the Brewers? What was the kid's name from the Brewers, Biggs? Remember he got popped, it got suspended a season. What was that kid's name from the Brewers? Years back now. It's about 5 years back, maybe 4 years back. What was that kid's name? It's really good. Braun, that was his name. Braun. Yeah, that kid. No, I don't know if they're making a movie or a book. It just said that it's just saying that I guess Aaron A-Rod he released a new, like he released a new statement that entailed more documents, right? Documents, paper trail, I guess, where he's naming other players as clients in the current investigation on that Biogenesis drug dealing scheme. I don't know what he's doing, but no, it's not a movie or nothing, dude. It's like this ongoing investigation where he's still, you know, he's still out here tattletaling, man. I feel like he's always the type of guy that tries to like he's the type of guy that tries to keep like a squeaky clean image. Like he wants to be the poster child. You know? I don't like guys like that, Biggs. I don't like guys like that. I didn't see the Netflix doc. I didn't see that. I'll have to check it out. I can't stand A-Rod though. Yeah, he looks like a tool, dude. You can just tell. All about A-Rod. Yeah, it's like it's all about like look at me. I'm the poster child. I'm this, I'm that. Biggs, my money's on you right now. You and A-Rod in the box. I'm going to take you. Home run derby contest. I'm going to take you right now. Big lefty stroke. Got that all day long right now, Biggs. Right now, today. I think you can get out there right now. I think he's still got one more season in you, to be honest. You got yeah, he's got hands, he's got wheels too. Big's got wheels. They're still trying to patch up that hole in center field, Dodger Stadium, from Biggs's knee. They never did fix that sprinkler. Busted up that old knee pretty good, huh, Biggs? Looks like the market's just consolidating, guys. It's just kind of sitting sideways here. We're kind of holding the lows. We're back up into the middle of today's channel. Trivia night. I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going. There's nothing there. There's nothing there for me. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have patience. Bad service. Take Mez. Mez will like that. Take Mez. NVIDIA broke out through the high of day, guys. 455.50s. Anyone take that high of day break on NVIDIA? It just took out all of the previous 2 hours. It has room into 458. Microsoft as well. 335s got broken. So there's that first high over the 335s. First high over 335s got broken. JBP, are you in on the live stream or are you just on Discord? JBP. I see your question. I don't know if you're on, if you're watching the YouTube. Okay. 65%, bud. I would say 65% you're going to win. So if you allow the trade to stop you out for a loss, or you allow it to work, right, without prematurely cutting your loss, you're probably going to hit 6 to 7 trades, to be honest. Out of a series of 10, you'll probably lose 4. So if we kind of put that into perspective, if let's say we're taking 2 or 3 trades a day, right? 2 or 3 trades a day, at the end of the week, you might win 6, lose 4. If you're taking 2 trades a day, you might win 1, lose 1. So it's just probabilities. And you might have a day where you win 2 and don't lose any, and then the next day you take 1 loss and win 1. So it's about 65% on the back test. How you can really bump it up? How you can really bump it up a little bit to maybe like 70%? And I don't like to really put like, guys, if you just follow this, you'll win, 7 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times. How you can really bump it up, though, to be honest, look, hey, let's put it this way. I'll use Andre as an example. So he didn't even take a red day in August, and I don't think he's had a red day. Maybe he's had a no trade day in September, but I don't think he's had a red day in September. So we're talking about maybe like a 90% hit rate. Now, not all his plays are 20 plays, but what I'm saying is that if you know where to take profits, it'll definitely bump up 70-80%, because when you do get into the trades and you are winning, you have that feeling of, I need to take my money here And then if you don't take it, it kind of comes back and that can cause a loss. So you can definitely get that probably win percentage up to like 70% if you know where to take profits. And that comes on the instrument that you're trading. So if you're trading Tesla, Nvidia, and you look to take $1 all the time, $1.50 you're out, $2 as a runner, you're probably going to win at like 70%. You know, same thing for Nvidia. If you're trading Apple and you're taking profits at 40 cents up, 50 cents up, you're probably going to win a lot more than you're going to lose. You know, but if you're looking to just get in on Apple because it's a 20 play and you're just kind of holding it and you don't really understand where to take it, take any money off, then yeah, you might lose half of them. On the future side of things right now, what's doing really well for the guys on the future side of things is like on the ES, anywhere between 3 and 6 points. You know, if you can get 4 or 5 points on the ES, take the profits 9 times out of 10. And for the futures guys, if they're taking right now, they're taking 10 to 15 points on the setups, and it's doing really well. Like it's doing really well for them in this kind of current market environment. And the market environment that we're in is over under this 50 daily SMA. So we're like pitter pattering over, under, over, holding back down, holding back down. The market's really not screaming higher or it's not dumping. So when we identify that we're in that type of market, one day we might be looking long, one day we might be looking short. But if you kind of squeeze down on your take profits on the NQ to like 10 to 15 points, you're probably going to hit at like 60, like 70%. I don't know. I mean, we'd have to ask. I think Marv's in here. He's been doing really well with it. I think Sammy's gone already, but he's been doing really well with it. And so is Burks, like 5280 trades on Discord. Burks, he's been crushing it, right? He's been crushing it. I didn't see him in here today. I'm assuming he's busy, but those guys have been crushing it. But they've been kind of understanding where they should be taking profits. Now, again, they might take profits at 10, 15 points on the NQ, and this thing goes 40 points. But again, if we talk about win percentage, and we talk about a level of confidence, and we talk about a level of trying to be consistent, I would rather take 10 points on the NQ every day for the rest of my life than to try to hit a home run trade, than to try to catch 40 points, 50 points. I would do it every day. Every day. So yeah, so just kind of sum up. Does it matter if it's stocks or futures? Absolutely not. It's all the same. Uh, 7:15, what time zone? So you identified the setup at 7:05, right? We didn't. You went long or short? Okay, so you identified the setup at 7:05. You got in at 7:10 candle. Yes. Okay. So 7:10 you're short. 7:15 take profits. That's a perfect trade. Perfect. That's perfect. Yes, I would have taken here 100% because of the Bollinger Band. Now, could it have gone lower? Of course. Of course it could have gone lower. But I'm going to take profits here 9 times out of 10. You didn't hold to the band. But the thing is, the bands are going to move too as well. Like I use the bands as like a guide. Like I use the bands as a guide. So I'm not going to take profits right when we touch the band. This band moves around so much. Like when you were in the trade, the band could have been a little bit different. But yeah, so if you identified at 7:05, you're in it around a 7:10 candle. Yes, when we do break down, probably when we started to break down 34,965 on that rundown, I'm taking profits somewhere on the rundown. Because the entry was 34,983 around there, minus slippage and time it took you to get in. So if we're looking at the 80s, right? If we're looking at the low 80s as an entry point at around 710, then yes, when we break like the bottom here, I'm looking at 963s. When we break the 963s, I'm going to take profits. Okay, perfect. Then yeah, then you're great. Yeah, perfect. Because I would have started taking profits when we broke the 65, 63s on the rundown into the Bollinger Band, wherever the Bollinger Band was. I wouldn't wait for the Bollinger Band to get touched, but if I know I'm already in an active move and I'm profitable, then yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take profits. On this breakdown here, I know you can't see it, but I'm just trying to blow it up. Like, see, when we break this bottom one, this is the 150 simple. When we start to break this and this move starts to go down, go down, go down, go down, I'll probably take profits here, might take profits here, might take profits here. But this I'm looking at the price. This is 50s. This is like 57, 56, 50. Yeah, I'm taking profits on the way down. So that's a perfect trade. So understand where your demand zone is and take profits into it. We also had the linear regression down here. That's what it is. So yes, coming into a linear regression, I will always take profits into it, never right at it. I'm not a stiff, right? I'm not a stiffler where I want to like, it has to touch it. No. I understand where it's at. So if I'm in an active move and we're making money, I'm going to take my profits where I want to take my profits at into that next support. Yeah, so that's a perfect trade. That's a perfect trade. I would have probably played it almost the same way you did. And where would I have looked for a new short? Would have been through here, through this low wick. So through 34,895, if I would have gotten short here, taken profits here somewhere, right, before we hit the Bollinger Band, and even if we would have lost that area of that Bollinger Band, I wouldn't have gotten short again until we broke the low of day, right? That happened happened over here in pre-market. I would have needed to close below that, and then I would have needed a following candle to confirm the new lows, and I would have been short again here. So yeah, you played it perfect. I also want to show you another play here on the YM that set up long, right? So let's look at this play, because this is a play where people do get confused and they stop out, but they just didn't give it enough time to work, right? And that's why I always preach that position sizing is everything. We need to be able to pay the cover charge, right? So if we want to play, we got to pay. So on this long setup, right? What time is this? So if we're looking at 7:35, right? This is a setup that we want to get into. Okay, so we're going back long. We put in our big drop. We have our reversal candle. Here's our bounce. Let's forget about that. But if we're just looking at the 20 plays, here's our pivot. Here's a hard stop, meaning that if this candle, the next candle that comes out, immediately starts to drop, we would have to get out below that. It confirms, right? It confirms and then pulls back. So people get in at like 35, let's say, right? You get in, it goes up 35, 45, 10 points, and then pulls all the way back down. And then it opens up sideways and then pulls down. I would have used like the 5 SMA. So I'll use like a 5 SMA as a trailing stop. When the trade's originating, when like the trade's just starting out, and I don't want to give it the full 1 bar stop, I might use the 5, right? But if we notice, yes, we had to sit through maybe 5 or 10 minutes of drawdown, right? Because we're getting in, here. Yes, we chop around for 10 minutes. Some people get out, like they can't stomach it. They get out because they think, we're coming, we were already going down. Now we bounced. Now we're coming back down. As soon as it turns red, like that's why I say don't. Like as soon as you get into a play, I'll tell this to everyone. So anyone else out there who's listening, as soon as you get into a 5-minute setup, guys, you can't even get out of the trade for 5 minutes. So if you find yourself stopping out of a 20 SMA play before 5 minutes have passed after entry, you're doing it wrong, because of the fact that how do we know where the candle's going to close if 5 minutes hasn't passed? So sometimes when I hear people that are getting in, right, and it hasn't happened so much this week, but it was happening a little bit last week, where people were getting stopped out, for example, and it's like you're getting stopped out because you got in and it immediately went against you, but the candle didn't close, right? The candle never closed. So how do we know where it's going to end? So here's something that you guys can practice. Get into a trade, go do something else for 4 minutes and come back. Like if that's what it takes, because for some people that is what it takes, because they get so fixated on watching every tick, every second, every minute. You would have had to have sit in this trade for 10 minutes long before it busted, boom, and where are we taking profits? Into the next area of supply. So 15 minutes this trade would have lasted. You would have got in at a price of around 35 36s, and your potential was 35 74s. So that's about a 30-point move. Look away for 5 minutes. That's why sometimes when you guys see, like if you guys have been on tuning into the live streams, I might be looking at something at a level and then I'll immediately switch to something else. Because if I'm in, I don't even want to look at it that first minute, the first 2 minutes. Because if it's going against me, it's going to create emotions that I don't want to. Like go look at something else, right? Like go look at something else and kind of see what it's doing. And just let it work. Like let it work. Let it work. Just let the trade work. Oh yeah, Cody, you had the Tesla, right? You did the Tesla, no? Was it you who took the Tesla, member off the bell, or was it someone else? It was a perfect setup too. Yeah, yeah. You got in that next candle looked like a reversal candle, but it was in a long move that hadn't even started yet. And you thought it was going to come back down, and then what? It just like 5-10 minutes later, that thing just ran. So yeah, that was yeah. But that happens a lot though. That happens a lot, not just you. Like that happens a lot to people. They get into a trade, and especially on the futures, I notice, because they move so fast, especially on those futures. People will get into the setups, and it'll like as soon as they get in, it starts going against them, and they look at the P&L like, oh man, I'm down 100, down 200. Oh, like I got to get out. And then next thing you know, it's like 8 minutes later, this thing's going in the direction you thought it was going to go. So you got to pay the cover charge. You got to pay the cover charge to play these names. So that's why I say position sizing is key, right? Because let's put it this way: if you were trading one micro contract that's moving a couple bucks, right, a couple dollars a point, then what's a $50, what's a 50-point move? I used to tell myself this when I started trading futures. If I was trading just one micro contract, and I just let it go and it just went against me for 100 points, I'd only be down $200. That's 100 points. Who's going to realistically sit there for 100 points, right? No one is, right? Down 100 points. So what I'm saying is, if you're playing sized correctly, even on the future side of things, if this thing goes down 10, 15, 20 points against you, it's nothing, right? It's nothing. Like you can allow yourself enough time to sit there. You can allow enough time to sit there to at least see if the move runs out or if it plays out in your favor. Now, if your size too big and it's down 15, 20 points, 25 points, you're like, oh my God, I got to get out. So like I said, when we win, it's great when we're sized up big. Yeah, all that feels great. That feels great. It doesn't feel great until you lose. And the problem is that when you do take those losses, then you're kind of sitting back and you're thinking, well, what happened? Am I not doing this right? Like, why the last time I took this setup, it went. It has nothing to do with the last trade you took. No 220 plays are correlated or tied together. They all are their individual trades. They're all individuals. So it's based on probabilities over a series of trades, not the last two trades, not the last one. It's a series of trades. And again, as told to me many years ago, you need 20 of them. You need 20 of them to really play out with the same size, round about the same stop losses. You need 20 of them to really see if it works. And then from there, you can tell yourself, I'm okay with the losses, I can size up. I'm not okay with the losses, I can size down. That's it. Also, Cody or John, first 2 hours of the day. I think you asked that question. Times of the day, percentage is better. First 2 hours of the day. Like right now, as we come into 9 o'clock, you won't see me trying to chase anything. Because the way I look at it is like this: if we didn't catch the down move or we didn't catch the reversal bounce, what were we doing? Right? What were we doing? We had the guys making money on the way down off the open. We had guys taking the bounces, the dead cat bounces that we're currently in the middle of the range on right now. So I would say this to anyone out there: if you cannot make money in the first 2 hours, you are probably better coming back tomorrow. Number one, you're not mentally drained. This is a mentally taxing game that we're playing. Even if you're not taking any trades and you're just looking for trades, mentally it's taxing. Your brain is not meant to do this for extended periods of time. It's really not. You get antsy, you get FOMO, you get frustrated, you get revengeful, you get tired. You got to take breaks. That's why every morning you guys will notice I will get off this screen. I will physically put myself in the car, drive down to Starbucks. I could make my own coffee here, but I drive down there. Mentally is a reset. Mentally is a reset. I'll come back. I'll look at the charts, right? Maybe there's something later. So now you're kind of getting away from the screens and now you reset yourself. Sometimes it takes a 30-minute break, an hour break. Reset yourselves and now you can see things clearly again. And especially if you're losing, or especially if you didn't take any trades, or if you're green, I believe that that's the best thing to do, is to get away from the screens for a little bit after the first hour and a half to 2 hours. Because if like it's 8:50 in the morning, the market opened here at 6:30, right? So we're 2.5 hours into the market. If I'm still looking to take every single setup, every single trade, this is draining. It's draining. As I say that, Tesla's setting up a 20 play down here, room to 270. Andre, what did you do with it? I don't know if he even sold this or not. Well, he knows how to do it. He knows how to manage it. You know, if we're sitting here 4 hours into the market, 5 hours into the market, and we're still looking, NQ's breaking down towards the 20, guys. If anyone wants to take a little bit of a shot here, I would say this is your last ditch effort before the lunch hour starts in around 10 minutes. And I would treat it as a scalp, and I would just try to take a couple points, and I would try to get the heck out of it. But I hope that makes sense, guys, right? I mean, if we kind of look at the market, you know, like realistically, like even for some of the newer guys in this room, in this Discord, you know, how many times do you see guys, and it's like the first 30 minutes, first hour, they're posting gains or they're talking about winning trades, and then they're kind of done, right? So it's like, if we can't catch something in the first, guys, we're coming down to the 5-3-2s, coming down to the 5-3-2s. You know, it's got to be like the first 2 hours, and if anything else after that, maybe you can catch something later on in the day. But I would always recommend that if you're green after the first 2 hours, whether you're green $10 or you're green 10,000, call it a day. Come back tomorrow. You'll catch something tomorrow. Market's not going anywhere. This market's not going anywhere, guys. I don't even care how old you are in this room. The stock market was here a lot longer than you've been here. It's going to continue to be here. It's not going anywhere. We're not missing anything. I don't care if you missed a trade that ran for 200 points. There's going to be another day that's going to run for 200 points. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like that. John, I like that first entry too on the loss of the 20 play, just because of how fast it was moving down, and understanding where the demand zone is. That's a hell of a play, John. That's a hell of a play, because that's a heads up play is what we would call it in the sports world, right? That's a heads up play, because if you're just kind of analyzing the price action, right? You're analyzing this price action. We're rejected here at this linear regression. We didn't really like kind of build over it to go into build that next leg. We started to come down and we lost this whole like area here, right? I like that violent play back down to potentially try to stretch. I like that. That's a heads up play. Good job. And see, having a realistic expectation, like, hey, if I do jump this, if I can just take 10 points, I'm good. I'll just get out. That's the way to look at it. Not, well, this is what a lot of people do on social media. Well, I'll get in and maybe we come down and the low of days here and this is coming all the way back down. And guess what happens? It gets sucked back up and next thing you know, you're looking at an hour later and you're trading at 16,000. You know what I'm saying? So that's a heads up play right there. It's a great play. This trading business takes a little bit of finesse, you know, a little bit of finesse. It takes, there's an art behind this, right? There's an art behind this. There's definitely controlling your emotions and execution, stuff like that. That Microsoft pulled way back. Right now, Cody, on what? Microsoft? What do we talk? Which Tigger symbol, Cody? Yeah, I mean, you have room to like 335.65 or 333.65, excuse me. 333.60s. So maybe you have about 80 cents in this trade. If you were to truly wait for the bottom wick to get confirmed, you probably only have 30 cents. So let's see what the hourly chart looks like. Yeah, hourly chart's just kind of trapped. Hourly chart has room to 333.60s. So yeah, maybe 333.60s. But again, if you were to take this short position, I would look at it like this. Here's your 5, here's your 10, here's your linear regression. Okay, so let me blow this up. If we just look at these lines here, you got 20, 5, 10, linear regression. You can use any one of them as a stop. Yeah, I know that it got stopped out. Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't a bad trade from the start. No. No, this was a level we were looking at, 335.26. Yeah, it only went up 25 cents and pulled back. Yeah, no, like that is just probabilities. That's just probabilities. Like that should have went 100%. But the market pulled back in general. I wouldn't even really blame the Bollinger Band on that. I'm blaming the whole market, right? The whole market. So look at Microsoft. Microsoft looked good. It had no help, right? So look at triple Qs, right? Look at triple Qs, right? No help. Okay, let's look at Tesla. No help, right? Look at Amazon. No help, right? Look at Apple. Apple's been down all day, right? So no, the great setup. Microsoft was strong, took it out, boom, there's your entry. No help from the market. So in this particular situation, it's really not the Bollinger Band that was acting as resistance, because the Bollinger Band was sitting up here at around 336, right? 335.90s. It was just the fact that there's no help from the market. There's no buyers, there's no participants right now. There's to the long side. So now if the market was holding, if the market was holding, it did run into the Bollinger Band on the hourly. If the market was holding, but I mean, again, this Bollinger Band should, I mean, yeah, it's going to act as resistance, but that Bollinger Band should start to stretch if price action is strong. There's just this is a play that everyone was going to get stopped out of 10 out of 10 times. Yeah. We just didn't have it. We just didn't have the market help, because look at the daily on Microsoft. This thing looks beautiful still. The daily still looks great. We could be looking at Microsoft at the end of the week trading at 339. So it still looks beautiful. It's just short-term wise, that short-term interval didn't have enough steam right now because of the market. And look at it catch. I mean, I still wouldn't be surprised if it starts making a push later on today, you know, if the market wants to wake up. Because Microsoft is strong. This is not a weak name today. Biggs, are you still in here? Look at Microsoft. Biggs, are you still in here? Yeah, so on this type of trade, Cody, I would not even over analyze it whatsoever, as opposed to like, what did I do wrong? You didn't do nothing wrong. That is what it is. Like, you didn't do nothing wrong. That's just, you know, taking the trade. It didn't work out this time. Okay, we move on. We catch something else. Now, doing something wrong would have been like, oh, I seen us break that 330, whatever it was, right? 335s, 20s. And I didn't take it, but I got long because I pulled back. But I know that I heard you say that if we break that level, you know, I'm long here. It's like, why would you be long here, you know, or here, like, right? Like, why would you be long there? No, you took the right setup, and it just didn't work. Market didn't want to cooperate. But if you notice the Bollinger Bands now, they're starting to contract. So yes, I would look at if I draw a line here. Look at where I draw this line at the new high of day. Look where that Bollinger Band's at. See where that Bollinger Band's at? So if we do pop this again, because I'm a Neanderthal, I would take this long again over 335.60. Because now that's going to put us outside the Bollinger Band, and the market might go this time. All right, Marv. The market might go that time. So maybe we just needed more time, right, for the Microsoft. Maybe we just needed to break that previous pivot, put in a new high, back trace, consolidate, and then boom, the next time might be the one. And if it's not the one, I wouldn't trade it at all anymore today. I'd just wait for tomorrow. This specific name, because when these pivots are meant to get broken, they're meant to go. Like, it's not meant for us to like chase them 10 times over in the back around the corner. They're meant to go. So the first one, I'll give it that, right? Market was a little weak. If the market wakes up, especially probably coming out of the lunch hour, maybe in an hour, if towards the end of the day, if this market wants to like start screaming, then yes, the 335.60s becomes our new pivot. And to the short side, I would kind of avoid all shorts, just to be honest, because it's been so strong. And like, look at all of these moving averages that are just stacked. So the more that they're stacked like that, we can just make, like, you could just say like, this is like a concrete wall, right? Concrete floor. It would have to lose all of this, put in a new low, and then confirm it. I'm not going to chase any shorts. So like, I'm not chasing this short. I'm not chasing this short. I'm not doing none of that. The only play I see here is this break. That's it. We just wait for that to happen. Or we find something else, but I definitely wouldn't take your eyes off of it. Tesla's pulling back. Nvidia's pulling back. Everything's kind of pulling back. And also, you know, the lunch hour, they use it as a good time to run stops, right? So, you know, not going with the conspiracy theory where the market is rigged or anything like that. It's just a pure play on emotions. And I've spoken about this before. If the market for the better half of the day has been going up, well, when the New York lunch hour hits and the big wigs, you know, at the desk kind of leave the desk, those algos that kick in kind of start to run stops very slowly, right? They kind of run stops very slowly. So anyone that's been sitting long has the possibility of getting stopped out and over the next hour if you're sitting long in a position, right? Because now we're going to pull back and we're just going to run stops. If the market is truly going to be strong, then when we come out of the New York lunch hour, we're going to take out those highs. If the market was never strong to begin with and it was just that's it, everyone kind of took their money, then you'll see kind of the continuation of the down move. But it's just a play on emotions is all it is. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get a coffee again. We're in the New York lunch hour session here. Whatever ticker symbol you were watching, look for the reversal on it during this New York lunch hour. Expect it a little bit more choppier for the next hour. You know, what we would really want to see, you know, from the NQ standpoint, we'd want to really see us get into the 15600s. We'd want to get into the 600s. So over the 600s, over 604 is when the market is going to have room to kind of stretch. Cody, I would also reference that Microsoft trade. If you see at any point in time today the NQ over 15600s, or for that matter, we can just focus on the Qs if you don't really want to look at the futures. If we can get the Qs over this 200, right, over this 375.40s, you're going to see that Microsoft run. You're going to see that Microsoft run. But right now, it looks like we could be a little bit of exhaustion to the upside, right? And then just kind of like drift down before we go up. All right, guys, I'm going to go get a coffee. Stay safe out there. Don't force any trades. If you're green on the day or you're flat, seriously consider just either stepping back. Whatever you like today, you're going to absolutely love tomorrow. And that's another thing too, you know, just because you like something in the later half of the day, you'll love it tomorrow because those levels will be more clear with more violence. But again, yeah, stay safe. Green traders, hang it up. Scratch traders today are just down a cup of coffee or whatever. You know, don't force anything. If you don't love it, don't force it. And if you're red today by a chance and you're like significantly red, maybe take a walk for a little bit and then come back and analyze and see if you want to try to make up a little bit of that loss. But again, I wouldn't really force it. Our bread and butter is that first 2 hours of the market, but definitely keep an eye on the Qs over this 200 1 hour chart. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. If you guys have any questions, shoot them in Discord. Peace.